Hello again, Glitch Ripper here. I'm doing another vlog because, well, stuff happened. So I've got. Oh, by the way, I may need to adjust things. This story has to do with this whole thing. See what? Okay, let me see. Still got a lot of things I need to adjust. It's mostly right-ish. Yeah, it's better. Anyhow, yeah, something did happen unexpectedly. So story time with Glitch here. Um, okay. One night, my TV monitor was experiencing some weird symptoms, like flickering and temporarily, well, all these symptoms were temporary. But anyhow, it was doing some odd flickering and also some weird shading. And then the following morning, which was whenever I was about to do another mob battle, it decided it just didn't want to turn on at all. And yes, I tried multiple methods of seeing if I could help it along, and that did not work. So my TV monitor died, and I had to get a new one. And I also am still trying to get certain connections it needs. So I've been having some audio issues. But that should be worked out very soon. Uh, so I kind of got this together in a odd fashion, and so even just doing this is a bit of a weird trick. I mean, my positioning just for my hands is very bizarre. So you may note that I'm not moving as much unless I really need to, because like I'm on this weird diagonal here because one of the chords that I can sorta use is a little short, so I've got the whole thing in a weird diagonal and kind of squishing myself against it in this weird position. So it's not exactly a nice thing, to say the least. But it's something I'm not going to have to deal with for very much longer because I do have a proper connection on order, and it will be here to me very soon. So don't worry too much about it. Although do also note this vlog will be up on pretty much all three of my active channels right now because this whole situation may have thrown several things off. Anyhow, the thing is that apparently HDMI is usually terrible at audio, so hence part of my quandary, and it has caused me some issues, to say the least. And it's kind of weird that my headset allows me to hear the audio, but if I'm not using that, it does not. It's very weird how it all works out. And again, I'm having some very odd personal positioning problems until this is over. Again, the whole thing should be out pretty soon in terms of that, because thank goodness for Amazon's speedy delivery. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Amazon. I really appreciate you, because you're going to get me the connector I honestly need. New screen, Walmart. Connector that Walmart did not include, Amazon. Thank goodness that some of the things I needed were in fact available, because otherwise this could have been off for who knows how long, and without the ability to connect, I would not have been able to have any kind of announcement otherwise as to what just went wrong. So this is the official, I'm telling you this now, because everything else just went out the window before. So, yeah. In other news, it's kind of positive. After I was finally able to get back to things and find out what had been happening with the snapshots after all this time, since I'd been kind of out of that news for like a couple of release cycles, apparently. Apparently now Dimensions will be possible by a data pack. So that'll make modding in Dimensions, and not necessarily modding them, but getting them in, really easy. So I'm wondering where that's going to go. That's kind of a nice cheer up I found out today from this whole awkward positioning thing that kind of made me feel a little less awkward. Kind of. I mean, I'm still feeling awkward with positioning and stuff, but at least I have a slight cheer up on that, and this will all be over soon, and I will have everything else back in order with other slight changes that's more on my side, because they kind of changed what the new minimum size is for a decent screen, so things kind of got a little weird. let's just say that it's all going to work out. I'm just going to have to take a little while to get used to things. This kind of technical issue does happen. I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to it because we know that things don't last like they used to. Especially TVs. I mean, yeah, they're cooler, they're capable of more stuff. And even the one I've got now is a lot better than the one I had for more than one reason. But they just don't last forever. So the fact I got so many years out of my previous screen was a really awesome thing, apparently, these days. Like, it was good luck. I mean, I take care of my stuff pretty well, so it really helps when you honestly care for your stuff and kind of just keep at it, you know? But it was just one of those things where, I mean, I kind of had to ask, and they're saying 2 to 5 years is pretty good these days, and I'm going, oh, okay. Because I know I had it longer than 2 years, like, definitely. But apparently, when it comes to electronics, many of them will have an end at some point. Of course, some things are still built to last, like my main computer is built to be, like, just really good for a long time, so I don't foresee that being an issue for, like, quite some time. But you never know when I might have some bizarre transfer required. Ugh, stuff happens. I mean, this is definitely the definition of technical difficulties. Like, oh my gosh, the difficulties have been tremendous in the last several days. Well, at least you know that what knocked me out was not, in fact, the world issue at this particular time. So don't worry about that. I just know that I'm getting back to things soon across the board, and it has been very awkward for me, but I will get through this. So yeah, and I'm not sure if some things are going to change for the positive though, because there's something that might. In other good news, at least, the TV monitor I'm using now is in fact bigger to the point of being like exactly what YouTube standard is for HD. I'm not sure how well that's going to translate in terms of me doing videos, because I don't know if that means that it's going to take forever to like have them all converted and stuff, because that is more info. So I might just go along with repositioning the windows a bit more intricately than I used to. Because before it was pretty close to a match, and I just knew what point in the screen things pointed at, you know, in general, so I could get it done fairly quickly. But now it's going to take a little more concerted effort, but at least it'll be doable. But yeah, I mean, I could just hit full screen a couple times and everything be fine, pretty much. But I'm still not sure what's best for conversion. Like is it actually easier to go bigger and then shrink? I haven't really had to deal with going into HD first and then down converting and seeing how well it worked. But it's a change I'll figure out. It might be a good thing, might not. I might not really deal with it. I might just go the other way. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, and again, this pretty much applies across the board on my channels. Although more so in my main Minecraft channel, just because I'm more frequent there. And the fact is that it kind of forced me to skip a couple of mob battles, and in terms of that happening without me already having a reason that I give, like before that would happen, like if I had to do something like major family business, usually I would give an announcement before there was a major disruption. This time it just happened due to technical difficulties. It just came out of the blue and stomped me. So yeah, stuff happens, and it can get a little wild. So yeah, that all just happened. I'm actually kind of grateful at least my headset still gives me audio, because this means I'm not doing this deaf like I was about to. That would have been annoying, but I know more than a few people can relate to it. It's just weird having to do things without sound. Although, at least Minecraft does have support for that these days in the form of using, closed captioning stuff. So that would really have helped, kind of. But it's just not something I play with all the time. Although, admittedly, it can be kind of useful to people as well. Like, certain audio cues you might not notice due to other things. And you might just notice it in the text real fast, going, okay, I might want to turn around real fast now. So, it's one of those things that anybody could use for a little bit of an advantage, but at the same time, I'm just not used to doing it. So having my sound, it's not just like Minecraft. It's like a whole bunch of games I have that the sound is just dead to me, and that has been kind of disorientating. So and not just games either, but like across the board, like my whole computer went like blank on audio because of the connector not being the right one. So now that I have the right one on order, that will be over, and I will be back to being able to do things without being like a little crazily disorientated about it. So stuff happens. That being the major message. I will try to move again to insert disk as I head off. I'm feeling like the classic chirp of cat. Really? So, this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be AKA Whenever I Isaac, and AKA the original card game for the win. So, again, this is going up on all three of my major active channels at this time. So, yeah, all the AKAs going around. yeah, just think about that. Anyhow, I will be attempting to move and doing my usual offing here. So, bye for now, everybody. And remember, and of course, if you're new to these particular vlogs, I will. This is very disorientating from my way that I have to do this. Again, my position is very awkward right now. I'm seriously trying. But do remember, join the parrot party. And thank goodness that's over. Oh, that was weird with that orientation. Trust me. Okay. Anyhow, bye for now.